The story of Rome is one of extraordinary transformation, from a modest village on the banks of the Tiber River to a sprawling empire that dominated the Mediterranean world. This journey from obscurity to prominence is a testament to the resilience, ingenuity, and ambition of its people. The Tiber River, which once cradled a small community, would become the lifeblood of a civilization that influenced the course of history. Founded according to legend in 753 BCE, early Rome was but one of many small settlements in the region, its inhabitants primarily shepherds and farmers. The tale of Romulus and Remus, the twin brothers raised by a she-wolf, is a myth that underscores the city's legendary origins. These early Romans lived simple lives, tending to their flocks and cultivating the land, unaware of the monumental legacy they were about to create. Yet, within this seemingly unremarkable beginning lay the seeds of greatness. The fertile soil of the region not only nurtured crops, but also the ambitions of a people destined for greatness. The early Romans were characterized by their resilience and resourcefulness, qualities that would serve them well in the centuries to come. Just as a mighty oak grows from a small acorn, so too did Rome rise from its humble beginnings. The Romans possessed a remarkable tenacity, a thirst for conquest, and a unique talent for organization and adaptation that would fuel their meteoric rise. Their military prowess was unmatched, and their legions became the backbone of their expansionist ambitions. The Romans were not just warriors, they were also master strategists, capable of adapting to new challenges and learning from their adversaries. This adaptability was key to their success, allowing them to conquer and assimilate diverse cultures into their growing empire. The early Romans, fiercely independent and driven by a strong sense of destiny, gradually expanded their influence over their neighbors. Their determination to assert their dominance was evident in their relentless pursuit of territorial expansion. Each victory brought new lands and resources under Roman control, further fueling their ambitions. The artifacts from this period, from weapons to everyday items, reflect a society that valued strength, independence, and a collective sense of purpose. Through a combination of military prowess and shrewd diplomacy, they forged alliances and subdued their enemies, laying the groundwork for their eventual dominance. The Romans were adept at negotiating treaties and forming strategic alliances, often turning former foes into allies. This diplomatic acumen was as crucial to their success as their military might. By integrating conquered peoples and cultures, they created a diverse and resilient society that could withstand the challenges of an expanding empire. As Rome grew, it transitioned from a monarchy to a republic, a pivotal moment that shaped its political and social fabric. This shift marked the beginning of a new era, characterized by a more inclusive and participatory form of governance. The establishment of the Roman Republic was a revolutionary step, introducing a system where power was shared among elected representatives. This new political structure allowed for greater civic engagement and laid the foundation for Rome's future as a dominant power. The Roman Republic, with its emphasis on civic duty, citizen participation, and the rule of law, became the bedrock upon which a mighty empire would be built. The forums and public spaces of Rome buzzed with activity as citizens engaged in debates, legal proceedings, and the daily affairs of governance. The legal documents from this period reflect a society deeply committed to justice and the rule of law. This commitment to civic responsibility and legal integrity would become defining characteristics of Roman civilization, influencing countless generations to come. The Roman Republic was a period of remarkable growth and transformation. Emerging from a small city-state, Rome's ambitions and strategic prowess allowed it to expand its influence far beyond its initial borders. No longer content with merely controlling the Italian peninsula, Rome set its sights on a much grander prize mastery of the entire Mediterranean. This vision of dominance was driven by both economic interests and a desire for military glory. This ambition brought them into conflict with powerful rivals, most notably the Carthaginians, a maritime power based in North Africa. Carthage, with its formidable navy and wealthy trading empire, was a significant obstacle to Roman expansion. The Punic Wars, a series of 3 epic clashes between Rome and Carthage, tested the limits of Roman resilience and military might. These wars were marked by legendary battles such as the Battle of Cannae, where Hannibal's tactics nearly decimated the Roman legions. In the end, Rome emerged victorious, crushing Carthage and establishing itself as the undisputed power in the Western Mediterranean. The destruction of Carthage was so complete that it was said the Romans sowed salt into the earth to ensure it would never rise again. Victory came at a cost, however. Years of constant warfare took their toll on Roman society, leading to social unrest, economic instability, and the rise of powerful generals who challenged the authority of the Senate. The influx of wealth and slaves from conquered territories also disrupted traditional Roman values and social structures. The Republic, once a model of stability and civic virtue, began to crumble under the weight of its own success. The concentration of power in the hands of a few, coupled with the Senate's inability to address the needs of the broader population, set the stage for the eventual transition from republic to empire. The Romans were not only skilled conquerors but also brilliant engineers and administrators. They left an indelible mark on the ancient world, not only through their military exploits but also through their remarkable infrastructure projects. Roman engineers were masters of their craft, constructing a vast network of roads, aqueducts and public buildings that connected their sprawling empire and facilitated trade, communication and the spread of Roman culture. Roman roads, built for durability and efficiency, crisscrossed the empire, allowing for the rapid movement of legions, merchants and messengers. Aqueducts, marvels of engineering ingenuity, brought fresh water to bustling cities, supporting a growing population and enabling the construction of elaborate bathhouses and fountains. These feats of engineering were not merely functional, they were also symbols of Roman power and ingenuity, designed to inspire awe and admiration among both citizens and conquered peoples. While Rome projected an image of strength and stability to the outside world, it was a facade that masked the underlying issues. Beneath the surface, cracks were beginning to appear, both literally and figuratively. The grand structures that symbolized Roman power were starting to show signs of wear and neglect. The very factors that had fueled Rome's meteoric rise ambition, military expansion, and a relentless thirst for power were now contributing to its gradual decline. Military campaigns that once brought glory and riches were now draining the empire's resources. The constant state of warfare left the economy strained and the populace weary. Corruption was rampant within the Roman elite. Senators and generals who were supposed to serve the state instead used their positions to amass vast fortunes. Lavish banquets and extravagant lifestyles became the norm for the wealthy, while the common citizens struggled to make ends meet. The disparity between the rich and the poor grew ever wider. The gap between rich and poor widened, leading to social unrest and a decline in civic virtue. The once unified Roman society was fracturing under the weight of inequality. Protests and unrest became common as citizens voiced their discontent. The sense of community and shared purpose that had once defined Rome was eroding. Military service, once a source of pride for Roman citizens, became increasingly reliant on paid mercenaries. This shift eroded the traditional bonds of loyalty and patriotism that had held the army together. The reliance on mercenaries, who fought for money rather than love of country, weakened the military's effectiveness and loyalty. The once mighty Roman legions were no longer the invincible force they had been. Into this power vacuum stepped ambitious men like Julius Caesar, a brilliant general and charismatic leader who saw an opportunity to seize control of Rome. Caesar's military prowess and political acumen allowed him to outmaneuver his rivals. He garnered the support of the army and the people, positioning himself as the savior of Rome. By crossing the Rubicon, Caesar made a bold statement of defiance against the Senate. His actions effectively ended the Republic, ushering in the era of the Roman Empire and forever changing the course of history.